and the Executive Director of Democracy for the Arab World Now. Thank you so much for joining us here on the program. You heard there some of those words from ambassadors there at the UN, some calling for those pre-1967 borders to that they're going to go back to those borders, and they're also calling for sort of a clearer path towards Palestinian statehood. Do you think that today's resolution is indeed one step towards achieving Palestinian statehood?
No, I do not. I think that this is a plan for achieving a minimum level of stabilization in Gaza, treating Gaza as if it's a separate, isolated entity with no contiguity or connection to the rest of Palestine, to the rest of the state of Palestine, and with no clarity or definition or specificity whatsoever in terms of when Palestinians will have self-determination and statehood.
As we were just listening to the Russian ambassador, he's also calling out some of those sort of weaknesses or the lacking of clarity, as some people have said, regarding this resolution. He says that basically, it's not clear enough when it comes to the two states, two people. It's not clear enough in terms of the mandate for the ISF and also the time frame for transfer of power to the Palestinian Authority. That was also something we heard from the ambassador of Pakistan, talking about that the role of the Palestinian Authority is not clear enough in this resolution. Do you agree with that there are so many things that need to be clarified when it comes to sort of the plan for Gaza?
Well, certainly I agree with the Russian ambassador's comments, and I'm disappointed that he merely abstained and didn't veto the resolution. I understand that numerous states, including Qatar and Turkey, supported the American resolution that was put forward, but I think it is a roll of the dice that only Palestinians will be paying the price for and paying the consequence for. I note that Palestinians were not involved in negotiating this. This was negotiated over their heads by foreign states that are not entitled to make decisions about Palestinian governance, but that's exactly what they've done. They've replaced one form of foreign tutelage, and that's the Israeli occupation, without removing the Israeli occupation, allowing it to continue to physically occupy major parts of Gaza, the agricultural parts of Gaza, the parts of Gaza from where people can live, and instead to install another foreign government, calling it a board of peace or whatever nonsensical name they've come up with, headed by none other than I'm sorry to say, war criminal Tony Blair. This is not a recipe for what actually needs to happen and what the UN General Assembly voted on last year, correctly identifying the problem as one of Israel's illegal occupation. That must end. Why didn't the Security Council say one word about Israel's unlawful occupation and the General Assembly resolution demanding that Israel withdraw its forces from occupied Palestinian territories? This resolution continues to treat Gaza and Palestinians as the problem, when in fact, as the UN General Assembly, as the International Court of Justice, as the International Criminal Court have repeatedly stated, it is Israel that is the problem. Its illegal occupation is the problem. And until such time as that occupation ends, there will be no statehood for Palestinians.
All right, that's Leah Whitson joining us live. Thank you so much for your time and analysis.